Finally, I'm here to react. Part 2 of the Gulley Boy, Amiri, Eminem discussion, also other topics. They just got past Eminem, they can and stuff, so I'm gonna react to the second part. So I should be done with this, and not only that, the other video that was recorded, I finished 2 parts of those. That should be up as well. Without further ado, enough talking. I almost hit that lady crossing the street. And let's go.
I don't care, nigga.
Listen to who you want to, shit.
Listen to who you want, bro.
I think people just forgot the fact that at the end of the day, this is just like music, bro. Like, let people enjoy what they want to listen to. Stop like judging niggas all the time.
Yeah, because that's gonna be on one of my unpopular opinion videos. Like Eminem Doom fans are low-key toxic, like they are. That's why
his fan base is actually why I don't want to listen to him either.
Yeah, I mean, Doom, he nice. I ain't gonna fake it with you. Operation.
2 of the worst fan bases that I like to point out. You got, in terms of hip hop. Actually, no, 3. You got Wu-Tang stans, Eminem stans, and MF Doom fans. They're not as bad as the other 2, but MF Doom fans, they... Whenever that guy raps or whenever that guy does something well, they overhype him. And it's not even that they overhype him, because I like MF Doom. He, out of all rappers that rap off beat, he's the only rapper that I actually enjoy, because like it still has a rhythm to it, and the guy lyrically is like levels above everyone else. But motherfuckers listen to MF Doom once and think they know everything about hip hop. Like, boy, if you don't get on my face with that bullshit, and you know damn well you don't. You just discovered him yesterday. Come on.
Doomsday, all that, you know, the shit he got with Mad Lib, he cold, but he's not one of my favorite rappers. It ain't because he's ass or he's this. It's not that. He ain't in my top. You feel me? It is what it is. He's still dope. But damn, nigga, if you don't have MF Doom, you don't know shit. You're fucking crazy. Like, God,
man, shit. I was about to say something else in regards to that. I only know 3 MF Doom songs, and they're all on the Boondocks episode. That's the only reason why.
Well, check it out. I ain't gonna fake it with you.
Actually, I got into MF Doom because of the Boondocks when they plugged in that Mad Villainy record at the end of their shows on a couple of tracks. Raid and Paper Mill will forever be my favorite. It was Boondocks, and also for me, MF Doom did a joint with Adult Swim called Danger Mouse. So it was something about mouse or something like that, but it was like a collab, and it had like an Adult Swim plug. So that's how I knew MF Doom off that. I knew he was around, like he was around for a while. He was in a group actually, and he went by the name of Zevlov X. Did a couple of old school performances. I think he did Yo MTV Raps as well. I'm not too sure. But yeah, they've been around for a while. MF Doom has been around, I'd say it's like the late 80s, and he had an album actually in like 91, but he ended up like, he stopped rapping altogether because his brother got killed in a car accident. You know, now he's up there with his brother, so that's always good. Rest in peace to both of them. But you know, that MF Doom's been around for a good minute, and I love Doomsday. But yeah, man, I don't think a majority of people actually would go that deep into his search history. Like, most of them MF Doom fans, especially the one with the high-pitched voice that Gulley was talking about, probably didn't even know that he knew Tupac. Like, it's fucking crazy.
You ain't missing nothing, really. Especially you. Like, because you said, look, I only fuck with the 2000s and like, you hearing Doom ain't gonna really do nothing for you. That's what I'm saying.
I I'll check some shit out.
And it's a catch-22. You see, my thing about that is you can discover all the old school hip hop. You can listen to all the hip hop you want before you're born. You try to have a discussion with someone who's actually listened to hip hop at that era, and they're gonna tell you some dumb shit like, well, you weren't around for it. You wouldn't understand. You had to be there. Well, all right, then fuck it. Well, I'm here in my era, and I'm enjoying it, and you don't like it, and I don't care. Because it's not for you. It's for me.
But that's actually a lot of things that that's actually the biggest thing nigga was assuming I meant in the video. Like, I flat out said, don't take this as me saying I would never check out something before 2000. That's not what I mean. And niggas was still talking about, I can't believe you just going to completely ignore 30, 40 plus years of history of music. I'm like, bro, that's not what I said. I just said there's a slight part of me that's not going to want to.
Somebody got on me about that because I had did a car opening video.
I peeped that. That was cool.
I didn't know who the rock and roll people was. And somebody was like, nigga, how you gonna talk about rapping? You don't know. Nigga, shut up, nigga. The fuck?
And it's always those people. Now, yes, we do know that rock originated from black culture and was gentrified. Thank you, Elvis. But if people are willing to listen and do their research, let them do it on their own. No need to bash motherfuckers in the head over for it. At that point, they don't want to fucking listen, or they don't want to listen to you talk anymore.
Because I said in the video, I'm not a music buff. Like, somebody who's a music buff is like Anthony Fantano. Like, he review all kind of shit.
Yeah, you just strictly hip hop.
I only focus on rap.
I just want to be clear. F Fantano for that Tory Lanez review. I'm just putting that out there. I still ain't forget, and yes, I'm still triggered, and I'm still mad. So, and I'ma stay mad with my arms folded. Well, fuck him. Continue.
That's it. I don't know these niggas. I'm not trying to know these niggas. Like, I don't like be quiet, bro. How you gonna talk about rap? You gotta, man, get out of here, man.
That's actually in terms of that, like, oh, how you gonna be a rap hip hop YouTuber if blank? Bro, people clown me all the time because I don't listen to Kendrick Lamar. I've never heard this, but I ain't gonna say heard. I've never listened to a single Kendrick Lamar album in my life.
You never sat down and like.
Exactly. So in my personal opinion, there's a big difference between hearing something and listening to it. I've heard a million fucking songs, a million like albums and shit, but in terms of like sitting down hearing like what the artist is actually saying, I haven't listened to it. Like, and Kendrick Lamar, like, there's only like 3 or 4 songs I would listen to Kendrick Lamar for. I never cared to check out a whole album by him. And people say that all the time. Well, how you hip hop YouTube you don't listen to Kendrick Lamar? I'm like, what?
Well, see, one thing I like Kendrick
Lamar, but that's another one. The fans overhype, underhype, and they call Drake fans annoying. Like, dude, just because Kendrick is an alternative to someone like Drake, not everyone wants to just go out their way to listen to him. They probably don't even want to go out their way to listen to Drake. It's not that deep. Kendrick had a control verse, and now he's everything right with hip hop. Get the fuck up out of here, bro.
More albums, but the one thing that I don't like is the long, drawn out songs. Like, he'll have long, like 12-minute songs. It's like, come on, my nigga. I understand you trying to be deep, but nah, bro. Like,
you don't be in the mood to hear that shit all the time, yeah.
Yeah, man, and like, what's the third album?
Pimp a Butterfly.
I can't believe I forgot the name. But it's the album where he was the concept. Yeah, To Pimp a Butterfly. It was like the concept. Well, this is what I heard. I don't even know if it's the actual concept. But it was like the concept of it was him having a conversation with Tupac, and yeah, he had some songs on it.
I remember your influence. And you kept saying that, and then kept saying the poem after a couple of songs, and they kept saying the poem after a couple of songs, and I'm like, bro, it's not like it's fine that the end. Because when I first listened to it, I'm like, what, 23 years old? I heard that album and I heard Kendrick doing that. And I'm like, oh my God, Tupac, yeah. And then I was just like, bro, I don't even think it was that deep, bro. I don't even think it was that deep. Now I look at it like I marked out over nothing. I mean, it was okay, but they were trying to lump in that comparison, Kendrick and Tupac. I'm like, their styles are far from that. Kendrick and Snoop Dogg, maybe, but not Kendrick and Tupac. Come on, Interscope. What the fuck are y'all doing? But I do have this friend. Shout out to my friend Darius. We do karaoke. All right, I do karaoke with his crew. When he does King Kunta, and he's the only one that does it. He does King Kunta, and sometimes he'll do it with his best friend Damien. They would rap King Kunta. They get into the whole improvisation of lyrics sometimes with the ad libs. They hype up the track, and then at the end of the song, Darius would say the whole poem every time. Like he remembers it, the whole poem. That's what makes it interesting.
That went in, but then he got that long drawn out. I gotta do a poetry session, and nah, bro.
Just sometimes you don't be in the mood to hear certain shit, but niggas got on my ass.
I never like albums like that. I'm gonna just keep
conceptual albums. Conceptual albums like that.
Yeah, I ain't never really been a fan of the long, drawn out. You gotta really understand this shit. This is some deep shit. I never like stuff like that. I like the song. I don't even like intros on albums. I always hate an intro. Only way I would like an intro if like the intro start off with a dope ass beat or some shit.
It's actually got to be good. I agree. I thought I was gonna do this to part 1, but I might have to upload a part 3 on this one. But with all that being said, this is Jay Hamster, because I definitely need to get into work. I'll see you guys in part 3. Alright, this is part 3, and I promise you, without any further ado, I just had to make sure I clocked into work. I got hurt at work, but I want to make sure, as I promised Amiri, it should be up right now. Part 3. I'm just going to put that with part 2 together, so if you wonder why the time has changed, then you know.
The concept, yeah, To Pimp a Butterfly. It was like the concept. Well, this is what I heard. I don't even know if it's the actual concept, but that was like the concept of it was him having a conversation with Tupac, and I mean, yeah, you know, he had some songs on there that went in, but then he got that long drawn out. I gotta do a poetry session, and nah, bro.
Just sometimes you don't be in the mood to hear certain shit, but niggas got on my ass. I never like albums like that. I'm gonna just keep conceptual albums.
Yeah, and my thing about it is not the fact that they're conceptual, but it's the fact that people overhype the fuck out of them. Like, they just because it's conceptual, it has to be good. Like, bro, it's the message. You don't like it because you don't understand the message. It's like, no, bro. Like, I don't care, bro. I'm listening to a fucking album. I'm not trying to fucking watch a movie or read a book. Like what they said about Donald Glover, Childish Gambino, his Because the Internet album came out. It was supposed to be based off some kind of book, and it had Rick Ross, and I'm like, bro, I'm not reading all that. I'm just gonna listen to the fucking album, and if I like it, I like it, and if it's trash, it's trash. Like, goddamn, get off my dick.
Conceptual albums like that.
Yeah, I ain't never really been a fan of the long, drawn out. You gotta really understand this shit. This is some deep shit. I never like stuff like that. I like the song. I don't even like intros on albums. I always hate an intro. Only way I would like an intro is like the intro start off with a dope ass beat or some shit.
But like, intros where it's just like 40 or 50 seconds of somebody talking.
Yeah, like one of the dopest intros is off of Get Rich or Die Trying.
For sure. Because of the sound of a quarter, and it was just like 2 seconds, and they just got right in this shit. What up, bruh? Hey, what up, cut? Hey, what up, gangsta? You know, like it's shit like that. Like it's simple, and you got it off the bat.
Yeah, the motherfucker, the shit dropping. That's one of the dopest ones. When it's short and sweet like that, I like that. You
Bro,
know,
did you peep my best opening lines in hip hop video? I put the line from Many Man, but towards the end I was talking about the song Life on the Line. Like murder, I don't believe you, murder.
Fuck around and leave you, murder.
Life on the Line. Yeah. That's my shit right there, dog.
50, bro.
Bro, when I heard Your Life's on the Line and the way 50 was just going in on that track, it was just like, bro, like this man was hungry. Like I like that kind of version of 50. New 50's okay, but he's kind of a bully now, but it is what it is.
Emily, did you hear the Power of a Dollar album? No, that was his first one. I think
you mentioned that before you go on, Gulley. That fucking album right there, that's an underappreciated gem. Like that will forever be my favorite 50 Cent album. Period. Even though it was never released because of the bootlegging and Columbia dropping 50 Cent, them just casting the album away, still it was an amazing gem that you gotta hear. Like Ghetto Quran is my favorite track on that album, period. Where he was talking about all the niggas in the fucking dope game and all that and ended up getting them shot, but that's neither here nor there. That song right there was flames, period.
Yeah, because people only think about his like studio ones. He got like more than that, yeah.
Bro, Power of the Dollar, holy grind, bro, crazy. I think that was before he got shot because he sound different on that one. He actually, you not talking like this.
Even on that very song, Life's on the Line, like he just sounds different and shit. Yeah, apparently it was before he got shot.
Yeah, before he got shot. Yeah, 50 was a monster, man. Real.
What was I about to say? But people get on my ass about that shit with J. Cole. But I was saying, I don't know if you peeped my like every song rank series that I got. I did one about all of the Carter albums, then one about J. Cole, and I peeped the Lil Wayne one. Yeah, one of like
a lot of songs on there. I was like, what the hell is that?
Yeah, but because I had to sit down and listen to like all 80 plus songs. That shit took a good minute. But one of the tiers I have in this.
Hey, I did that when I was reviewing my Game album, which it was a messy review. But the experience of listening to all of Game's albums was amazing. Like, I've always liked that. My least favorite Game album was Doctor's Advocate. And then my favorite was Documentary, of course. But I feel like all of Game's albums have been fire. You know, fire. Flames. So, but my review was kind of trash. I'm leaving it there till one day I feel like removing it. But, yeah, it was pretty dope. It was pretty dope.
It's called like the Not My Style tier. Like you can also call it like the Not For Me tier or some shit. And those are songs that's like I would give credit where it's due and say it's a great song. They're just songs that I personally don't care to listen to. Like they're not really enjoyable for me. And like it was like so many of J. Cole's best songs I was putting on there from like his 2014 Forest Hill Drive album, and niggas was getting so mad. Like I flat out said these songs are good, they're just not really entertaining to me. I won't really put them on, and niggas was still getting pissed off. Like what you mean you won't listen to it? That's one of his best songs.
I mean, I'm not gonna be that guy, but I will say that Forest Hill Drive was definitely my favorite J. Cole album from him. Like I loved Forest Hill Drive. That album got me out of a depression. But I can understand because it does come off hollow. Some of the songs come off like hollow and dry. I feel like when J. Cole was spitting was in his Born Sinner days or his mixtape days. You know, the warm up, the Friday Night Lights, the come up. He was spitting. But here it just feels like J. Cole kind of just resting on his laurels, feeling a little comfortable. He'll be a little social conscious here and there, but for the most part, he just, you know, it's like whatever. But, you know, he's more just a songwriter than he's more focused on just writing good songs than it is just like actually being a fucking rapper.
No, it's one of his best songs. I fucking said that. Like I said that in the video. Like, I'm just saying though. I can't believe you don't want to listen to it. I'm like, what is wrong with y'all?
Like, what it was?
Tone
like,
deaf ass nigga.
You got a gun on my shit. Listen to it, nigga.
I can understand if I said it was whack. But I'm like, no, like this is one of his best songs he ever made. It's just not really entertaining to me, and niggas still getting upset.
Yeah, J. Cole, he another one for me. Like he dope, but I just really don't bump him like that. You know?
That's how it be sometimes, bro. Sometimes you can tell somebody, bro, this nigga is good lyrics, a good lyrics.
And my thing about that, and I've said this before, and it does annoy me to a point, because J. Cole and Kendrick have great marketing and great PR and agents to promote their music, and they're lyrical and they're conscious, and they're pretty much the alternative to Drake, where Drake was one point, great at like songwriting, allegedly. But the problem is with Drake, with J. Cole and Kendrick, fans will listen to them, but overlook fucking Big Crit. Overlook fucking, when Logic was good, they'll overlook him. They'll overlook Wale. But it's always Kendrick and J. Cole. And I feel like y'all whine about hip-hop and all that, knowing that there are rappers that are just as good, not gonna say better, but are just as good as they are. And y'all don't give them the time of day. But y'all like to complain about the rappers that are actually getting pushed and actually getting marketed. And it makes no sense.
This shit is enjoyable, like, in terms of lyrics, but, like, I don't want to hear this shit.
Because I haven't heard anything past Forest Hill Drive, And that's, how you got those artists that you just stop listening to. It ain't no reason, you just stop. It ain't like it ain't like they went trashing them like this. Like, I'm good on that. Yeah. That's how it was with me with J. Cole. But that Born Sinner though.
At one point, it was that was how I was with Wayne until like 2015. I started listening to him again because he just had so much music and he was just so oversaturated. Now that once I got taken over by Drake, it was like, okay, I think I can get into Wayne again, because I don't think it's just too much to consume,
Oh my God, that's his best one in my opinion. I don't understand why motherfuckers be getting so heated, bro. Like, if you ain't never heard something or you don't like calm down.
There's only one song from Born Sinner that I put in, because like the way that I split up the videos and shit, in part 1, I talk about all the songs from that artist that I don't like. And then in part 2, I talk about all the ones I do like. In part 1, there's only one song. Huh?
So I'm gonna have to check that out.
In part, because like how I split it up is that I judge songs based off of whether I like the song or not. So it's like yes or no, do I like the song? And then I say whether the song is bad, whether I think it's just okay, or do I think it's a good song. So the songs that I don't like, I have a whack tier, I have the forgettable tier, and then the not my style one. The whack tier, I think are both. That means I think the song is whack and I don't like it. Like these songs are just like, they just fucking suck. That's the whack tier.
Yeah.
The forgettable tier are songs that I don't like, but I wouldn't get carried away and call it a bad song. The song is still okay. It's just like, it's a skip for me. It's a song I don't really care for. And then the not my style one's one I already explained. I will admit it's good, I just don't fuck with it. But in terms of Born Sinner, there's one song from that album called Ain't That Some Shit. I have that song in the whack tier, and that is the only song from Born Sinner that I don't like.
I don't even remember that shit.
That's crazy. That's the only song from Born Sinner that I don't like.
It's forgettable.
That album is in part 2 for the songs I do like.
Yeah, because the Forbidden Fruit, man, Trouble, them shits are hard, man.
The shit that pisses me off is when Kendrick and J. Cole supposed to have a feature, and they just on hooks. They don't have a verse together. That's a fucking crime. And I don't understand, because J. Cole's scared of Kendrick. Like, what the fuck, man? I was so mad when I heard Forbidden Fruit, or when I hear tracks like, oh, featuring Kendrick Lamar and J. Cole. I'm like, oh shit, you about to hear something interesting. And then we hear some bullshit verses, and I'm like, get the fuck out of here.
That whole album I fuck with, except for Ain't That Some Shit. That's the only song I don't like.
The first track, bro, oh my god.
The Illuminati?
Yeah.
Sometimes I brag like, oh, it's in the...
Yeah, that shit tough, bro. Oh man, but
tougher than my grapes.
But I'm gonna definitely have to check that out, though.
The next person I wanted to do was Big for that series was Big Sean, but I ain't gonna lie, that shit not coming no time soon. Because I started to do the controversial music fans video, and now that the XXL freestyle shit might drop this next week, and then after that, the ciphers. That Big Sean video probably don't come for another month and a half or 2 months, to be honest with you. And plus, J. Cole gonna drop his new album soon anyway, so that video gonna become outdated.
Yeah, and then the other thing, nigga, shit take time, man. A lot of people don't understand, like, these videos, bro. A lot of people think that, man, where the video? And you just snap your finger and there it goes. Like, no, man, you gotta actually sit down, record, edit, all that, man.
I tell people all the time that YouTube is just a side hustle for me, bro. It's not like my fucking job.
People are like really spoiled by the fact that people are spoiled by instant gratification. And, you know, like when Lil Wayne does the whole quantity over quality stuff where he's just releasing verse after verse, which I thought that were quality, but majority of the time people think they're like duds or fast food lyrics or all that stuff. Like, but then other rappers who don't do it, they just get that pressure of like release the song, we want it right now. And it's just like, it sucks with YouTubers. Just because one YouTuber uploads like every 12 fucking minutes doesn't mean everyone can. You gotta let them do that. And I think, you know, that's what I want to get better, when I have time to actually record videos. But for the most part, you know, that's where I'm at.
Like, I don't be in a rush to make videos really. Like, if a video is taking a long time, I would just wait until I got time to make it. I'm not about to press myself over this.
Yes, some people, yeah, like you said, man, it's just a side hustle. Like, it's not, you know, mandatory thing that you gotta do. But, you know, you do still enjoy doing it. People, they just I don't know why people just don't understand shit like that, bro. Like, we got personal lives, you know, people in school.
And that's why I'll stop you there, Gulley. The reason why people don't understand is because they ain't got lives. They ain't got lives to understand. They you know, some people are just so busy at home all day, not working, wanting content after content after content. And that shit can be something. I'll tell you that right now.
A lot of people got jobs and all that. Like, come on, man.
They spoiled, bro. That's the word for it. Niggas be spoiled.
Yeah, I'm like, I'm a real person. Goddamn me, like, I mean, I gladly do whatever you want if you pay my bills. Shit.
Pay mines too.
Niggas got bills, bro. Niggas gotta pay rent, yeah, gas bill, light bill, cell phone bill, all that shit, internet bill. Like, pay these bills.
Car insurance.
Yeah, whatever you want. I'll give you 5 videos a day type of shit, boy. Pay these bills, I'm good.
Shit, how come
and they not? They're not.
I did back then, but, you know, I felt like Patreon was just like some, I don't know. I just always feel like that was some scheming type shit.
I'm still gonna do Patreon. I'm not gonna hold
That's just how I feel about it, man. Because, you know, a lot of YouTubers that got Patreons be big YouTubers. So I'm like, why y'all got this shit? And they get like 10,000 plus one.
They get hella bags.
I mean, I respect it. It's cool, but I don't really feel the need for it. Like, I got my Cash App, and shout out to you for Cash Apping me too, bro. Like, that's how I know you really, really, really fuck with the community, bro. Like, you, here, man, here go. Let me Cash App this nigga.
It's all love, bro.
Oh, man, that's what's up, man. And that's why I had to do the podcast, because I can hear, I can see it that you really, really, really care about this shit, man.
Somebody actually told me the other day that, this was like a few weeks ago. Somebody told me that.
No, Amiri is pretty dope. Pause. You know, because it's just like you don't get too many people who do that. You get people who suck your energy off. Pause. They'll suck your energy out, but they drain you of content just to get clout for their own shit, like Keemstar. But other stuff, you know, other people like Amiri genuinely like messing with other people's content. They're tapped in and they do these things, and I appreciate Amiri, you know, and the conversations we would have, the small ones, but you know, just reaching out and commenting, because it just keeps me going and motivated to do this, you know, because I want to, you know, get this stuff off the ground. So this is like a nice cosign that I get, and I always appreciate that. As little as it is, it always helps. So I'm like 100% Gulley.
I undermine my own influence, and when I read that, I was like, what influence? I don't feel like I don't think I have any influence. But it was like, bro, you actually like got pulled to do like a lot of shit, and I don't think you were aware of it.
Okay, and you were good, dope ass interviewer too. Like,
thank you.
definitely got, man. You definitely got something, man. Like, just keep doing it, man. You gonna be on top.
Bro, we homeboys, bro. I just be liking to talk to niggas, bro. That's really what it is, bro.
Pause.
Yeah.
I won't try to be on no fanboy shit. It'd be like, oh my gosh, I get to talk to Gulley Boy. Okay, let me think of some questions. I'm like, bro, this is my man, bro.
Right,
we both
right,
still
right,
niggas. I can talk to him about whatever.
Right. And I don't get that at all, bro. Like, I never understood the fanboy shit either, bro. Like, like, bro, I ain't nobody special, nigga. Like,
have you ever been recognized in public, like in your life yet?
Nah. And that's probably because I'm not really an outdoor person like that. You ain't gonna really see me. I'm a homebody. I like staying in the crib. Only time I'm gonna leave the house is when I'm going to the grocery store. If I'm finna go for a walk or a jog. You ain't finna see me in no clubs. I don't do the club shit. Malls and all that. I buy all my shit.
After hour clubs, after hour bars, all that stuff is overrated. Especially after 2 a.m. because nothing good comes after 2 a.m. You're going to catch yourself in some bullshit with a bunch of drunk and angry people who want to fight all the fucking time. It's like, come on, bro. Like, you really want to do this? If you really want to fucking do this, like, what are you proving when you act this tough? You call this, you want to slap people, people get jealous, people fight over girls. It's like, all that, you just stay home at this point. It's overrated. But if you don't want to listen to me and go out, all right, and then watch you regret it in another 2 years.
Off Amazon. Like, I'm in the crib. And plus this coronavirus shit, I'm definitely in the crib, nigga. Yeah.
Imagine hearing that shit, though. You were jogging, somebody hit you on Instagram, like, hey, bro, I saw you jogging, like, in this park right here. They named the exact park you was at. You would be scared of some motherfucker.
Block him expeditiously. And make sure you make sure you get his IP address so if something happens, they know who did it. That is weird. Nigga, don't approach me on them ways. What the fuck?
Like, hold on, bro. Because then I get to thinking that nigga follow me home.
Oh, for sure.
Shit, don't never do no shit like that. Gonna drop the location. Like, this nigga Gulley be jogging that. Oh, don't do that.
Kanye West type beat. Yeah, that was part 3 or 2 or however this video is gonna come about, because I'm gonna make sure it's uploaded by Monday today. Amiri, catch this here. It's gonna be uploaded on YouTube. I hope you catch it, because I worked hard on this stuff. Hopefully this app doesn't be on some bullshit. I'm gonna stop this video, and with that being said, this is Jay Hamster. I'm about to get me some rest. Peace.